There we go. I love how the news thing just kind of pops in as an afterthought as the menu loads. Ela is just flooding my DMs with pictures of pillars. Pillars for days. Need more Popful? Yeah, I'm looking forward to getting back to it. That's gonna be... It's gonna be a good time. I'm excited for Monday, which is weird to say. But, yes, we're gonna be playing substantial amounts of Popful Mail. I don't know if we're gonna be finishing it this week. I don't know how long it actually is. I have a feeling we're gonna be on that one for a little while, which I'm okay with. I'm very excited to see where it goes. Let's see. I know we were here to meet somebody, but I do not recall who. Never played the second Pillars? It is to Pillars of Eternity what Baldur's Gate 2 is to Baldur's Gate, I would say. Alright, I know I was here to talk to someone. Alright, I think it's this. I do not recall what this was about. The long play you watched was just under 5 hours. Oh my god. Yeah. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna be getting through Popful Mail in 5 hours. I mean, we put, what, 2.5 into it yesterday, and I feel like I'm still in, like, just the very beginning of the game. Hazanui Karu paces near her desk, looking like a shark circling the shallows. She clenches a long, elegant pipe between her teeth, the smoke trailing an acrid wake behind her. She looks up when you enter and favors you with a brief nod of acknowledgement.
The former Lord of Cadnua and one-time Terrifier of Harbor Masters. If dockside tales are to be believed.
She smiles through the smoke.
Other than Hasongo, you have not brought much good news of late.
Her pensive look returns.
So, in addition to pirates, profiteers, and slavers, the Deadfire has a vengeful god roaming its waters?
She bites down harder on her pipe. That's about the shape of it.
Just what the archipelago needs. One more disaster tugging at the seams. He must be stopped.
She halts, turning to face you. You're finally able to get a good look at her. She's not especially large for an Almois, but she carries her shoulders high. Her weathered face looks to have seen many storm-blown and sun-beaten days on deck, yet her eyes are sharp and keen. Okay. First, I need to find him.
And then you'll need resources.
She watches you, her eyes bright with calculations.
The Valians won't lift a finger if it isn't to snatch a coin, and the Huana will barely do that much. No one takes charge to solve the big problems. But perhaps we could work together to our mutual benefit.
She takes the pipe in her left hand. As she does, you notice that her right is unusually still. Perhaps we could.
Look around. Deadfire's full of fertile, temperate islands. Except for Andra's mortar. It's largely free of rough weather.
She waves her right hand, and you notice again that her fingers remain strangely still. You realize it's an unusually fine prosthetic.
Yet much of it is uninhabited. Itinerant tribes drift between some of the islands, and smugglers and slavers cluster around the rest.
She shakes her head.
It's a waste. Imagine what this place could be, with well-guarded shipping routes. How many Rowataians we could feed with plantations here.
That's a worthy venture.
Glad you agree.
She takes a satisfied puff, and Maya smirks and folds her arms. Ah, hello, Mail. Good to see you. You forgot what this game is about? Right now we are chasing after a giant animated statue of a god that steals souls from people. And that's more or less the entirety of the plot up to this point. There's more to it, obviously, but that's the broad strokes.
If you're chasing the god who's stomping this place into the ground, then we have a common goal. And if you're going to survive here, then you could use an ally.
What do you have in mind?
You've already helped us immensely at Hasongo. Once repairs are done, we can resume much-needed shipments from the farms back to Rawatai.
Okay.
It's also a welcome indication that someone around here can get things done.
She crosses her arms over her chest in salute.
I hear you recently traveled to Poko Kohara. Something you did there cleared the storms.
She exhales a stream of smoke, tapping her cheek thoughtfully with the stem of her pipe.
Makes a person wonder what kind of secrets lie in Andra's mortar.
I think Andra's Mortar is that lava hell island that we poked at a little bit last time, and I think we got killed. The licked left big toe of Goldie. God damn it. Yeah, chat's been naming islands, and thankfully up to this point it's been, for the most part, pretty tame. But it's gonna get worse before it gets better, I'm sure. Okay. Why do you say that? She grins, smoke curling between her teeth.
Don't tell me you've never gazed at a horizon and wondered at what lies beyond. Or seen a no trespassing sign as a challenge.
She tugs her smile across her broad words. In that moment, she looks somewhat younger. I believe in calculated risks, not reckless adventures.
The greatest risk often guards the greatest reward. Rautai's storms have made us who we are as a nation. Hardy, driven, inventive.
Hey, Emil,
But
welcome.
they've also held us back. Forced our people to seek resources and livelihoods far from our homes and families. Imagine how much more we could achieve if we could control those storms.
We want to control the weather here. And you think something in Andra's Mortar will help you with that?
Why not? The storms there cannot be natural. Not when they are so ferocious, so constant.
She motions to the window, a thin stream of smoke following her gesture.
And your exploits at Poko Kahara suggest that something else may be behind them. But enough of that for now.
She waves the smoke between you away.
The trouble in Hasango forced us to send additional ships back to Rawatai to make up for shortfalls. And storms at home have delayed another portion of our fleet. This leaves us short-handed here.
She purses her lips with displeasure. What are you asking of me?
We're due to collect a special shipment for delivery to our port at Sayuka. We've contracted with a captain named Widla.
A flicker of distaste passes across her face.
Meet her, complete the trade, and take the cargo to Sayuka. Fleet Master Okaya is overseeing the development of some special projects there.
She takes a thoughtful draw on her pipe and she looks at you, seemingly deciding what to say. Tired, final house contract shines. Oh, hell yeah, nice. Congratulations, Mail. I'm glad that you guys are finally done with that side of things, and now it's all just, you know, getting moved in and stuff. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hey, Poyle. Good to see you. Eternity is okay. Thus far, we've just been talking to this lady, and she wants us to do things for her. You haven't missed anything too interesting so far.
She's one of the brightest minds in Rawatai, and it shows. You two will get along.
Her amusement manifests in the barest lift of her eyebrows.
Most of her work is, or should be, under wraps for now. But perhaps she can give you a taste of what we have to offer.
Almost forgot today was Saturday. Oof. I am sorry. Current owner has 3 months leaves and oh, okay, gotcha. Fair enough. Well, I hope that goes smoothly at the very least. What's the shipment?
It'll be easier for Okaya to explain.
She puffs a thick cloud of smoke between the two of you. She doesn't break your gaze, but the effect is almost the same. Okay. Now, Widla and her crew, who are they?
Good sailors with a fast ship and no mind for questions.
Now, they're smugglers.
Along with half the population of this storm-tossed archipelago.
She shakes her head. Okay. Alright, I'll handle it. What next?
Widla's agreed to meet our courier out at sea, away from the heaviest traffic.
She gestures on her map to the open water west of Nekataka.
This is her payment. We've already negotiated with her.
And she hands us a purse.
Fleet Master Okaya will see to your compensation once you arrive with the cargo.
Alright.
As a gold-packed knight, I trust you will execute this contract faithfully. Clear skies.
Home seas. She knew I was a gold-packed knight. We can't betray her now. Damn it. Not that I suppose I was going to, but still. We did gain some levels, though. Levels are always fun. I don't know, really, what we're gonna do with it. Immunity to poison and disease is tempting to me. Converse. Crits to hits. Oh. So we have a 1 in 20 chance to just be missed by attacks, and then a 1 in 20 chance that our hits are criticals. I'm curious. A crit is any attack roll that is 100 or above. Increases total damage by 25% and penetration by 50%. A crit on effects with duration increases the duration by 25%. Okay. You like the skill tree? Yeah, it's very satisfying. These are all like kind of your active abilities and things that affect your active abilities. If Swell were a spellcaster, instead of it being like, you know, like lay on hands and shit, these are actually your spell levels. So fighter types have 9 levels of abilities and casters have 9 levels of spells. And yes, it is much easier to manage than the first games. Much, much easier to manage. I honestly, as far as like CRPGs go, probably one of the best layouts I've ever seen. And I mean, I understand in part that's because the game is kind of limited in what it has. Like you couldn't do something like this with like the Pathfinder games by Owlcat, for example. But for this, it just works amazing. Lay on hands is a bitch slap. Sadly, no. No, lay on hands is a healing touch. No, I think we're gonna take the thing that makes things miss us. That seems like a win. A healing bitch slap. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You got it. "25% of damage taken converted into healing." I don't know. I like the stances. This would be cool, but that's going to be a lot of management, I think. I'm going to give it to Adair and probably just throw him into the stance for AoE damage, because that's how his sword works. Okay, where is it? Is it this one? Yes. Alright, cleaving stance. One of the stance, the fighter's kills with melee weapons trigger instant full attacks on nearby enemies. Oh, hell yeah, okay. There we go. Cool.
What do you need?
Lay on hands is a back rub. There you go. There you go. Man, I wouldn't mind a back rub. Shit. Can't you pick one stance and stand it forever? Yeah, that's what we're gonna do, because I'm a lazy boy.
Then must he put his name on
Imagine if it was
thing?
healing feet.
Price share is simple.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
And your temper of heal.
Swell wears a horned helm. I think that might be a dare that has. Yeah, that's a dare with the horned helmet. Swell's got like the gimp mask thing going on here. Cowl of the Piercing Gaze, which this reminds me of the guy, like the final boss guy from the first game.
I ship out with some
I can't Theod. I want to say Theoden, but that's wrong. Theos. I don't know. Looks kinky. Yeah, I'm not gonna judge, but yeah, it's not something I'd wear. Okay, I don't know that we need to do any shopping, do we? How are we looking? We need, like, some water. Why's booze gotta be so expensive? Like, I know that the water makes the minions' butt hurt, but it's so cheap by comparison. Alright, we're leaving.
Permission to speak freely?
Oh, you hear someone call out for your I was just going to say that I feel like them animating the movement through the city and stuff feels completely unnecessary, but no, if we're gonna have random encounters, fine. Can you make your own booze? I actually don't know. You're wandering through the streets when a man approaches you, cutting through the crowd. You've never seen him, but the look in his eyes suggests he recognizes you. Watcher, let me through. A metal folk man emerges from the crowd, red-faced and wild-haired. He pays no mind to the irritated pedestrians glowering at him, his bright eyes fixed on you. You're the one that saw the miracle when Aothas rose at Cad Nua. Awe and conviction quiver in his voice. Yes? People talk highly of you. It's no wonder Aothas chose you to witness his return. That's why I'm hoping you can help. The tiniest flicker of doubt dances across his face. He banishes it with a deep breath and launches into his tale. I've been having strange dreams. A wheel that spins and spins. An orchard of kawiki trees, each grown from a fallen fruit of the last. He scratches his whiskered chin. Then the spokes of the wheel break apart. The trees stop growing. Fruit falls and rots until the ground is covered with festering, stinking pulp. Alright. Somebody's been snacking before bedtime. Is this one where you started a game dead? Yes, that is correct, Silvernail. Why are you telling me? He takes a deep breath. Hello, Sel. Good to see you. I hope you're well. In these dreams, I also see you at the center of the wheel, in the middle of the orchard. You were there when Aothas rose, and you seem to follow every place he's been. He works his mouth into a fretful pout as he gets to the crux of his concerns. Aothas has always meant birth and redemption. But so much death follows his wake. Both of the saints were and now here again. His wide eyes full of questions. Is this what I sound like? Adair. Oh, this is Adair. Is this what I sound like? Adair gives you a guilty grimace. He turns towards Letharn. I assume this guy's name is Letharn then. Friend, I'd love to buy you a drink if it'd help. Letharn shakes his head, the anxiety mounting behind his eyes. I need to know what this means, please. You admit it, you snacked. And that's why we're gonna put you in the boo box. We're gonna throw you in there and we're gonna like throw in a couple Twinkies and then follow that with scorpions. There are no easy answers. My people followed Aothas to war once. I wonder sometimes if we failed him when we lost, or if we did that the moment we laid hand to the blade. Please, you've seen more than anyone. You've got to have some idea of what it all means and how to make sense of it. Oh my god. Don't rely on custom to drive your faith, or you'll make the same mistakes as before. The boob box? No, the boo box. It's from the movie Hook. We put you into a chest and it has a little latch opening on the top that you can drop things in. Twinkies and scorpions is oddly specific. It is. The Twinkies enrage the scorpions. Sounds downright sensible when you put it that way. Letharn nods, letting this sink in. I won't keep you, but you've given me a lot to think about. Thank you. He turns away and allows himself to melt into the crowd. Alright. You love the parts of the game where it's a sort of book, reminds you of older games we had. Yes, yeah, I'm a huge fan of them as well. I think it very much like hits like the D&D side of things. Oh, and I have to walk this whole path again. Interesting. I haven't watched Hook in ages. It has aged well. It's a very good movie. Okay. Now, while my mind is on it, we need to come in here and put the water up here. Okay, and yeah, can we make our own booze? We can make special food, which I think this is all just like people meat, yeah. Otherwise, it's just usual meals, I guess. Fried ugly. Battered and fried hagfish. Man. I could go for some, like, deep fried fish right about now. Alright, so there's Widla. We'll go meet them and see what's up. No self-made rum and grog, no. Finished the campaign of Last Epoch. They added a lot after booping the Snake Goddess. I've been meaning to check it out, I just haven't yet. Is the new update good? It's been very quiet since it came out, which to me is probably a good thing. "15 streams in a row, nice." Long sleep ship rides low in the water. Its crew stands protectively around a cluster of crates positioned on the main deck. A woman saunters across the deck and her roughly chopped hair swings with her stride.
We said or not, Perrin.
She bangs her fist against one of the crates. The dwarven man standing near her flinches as though she'd hit him.
I'd happily tell you if you stopped interrupting my count.
He rolls his eyes skyward. She cackles and thumps him on the back. He staggers forward and shoots her a venomous glare. "Hey, Elo, good to see ya. Welcome. Played Last Epoch a few weeks ago and you got your new PC. Playing through the story again at the moment sounds as funny as looking..." Yeah. Well, you can just play one of your old characters. They'll have access to the new story stuff. And as far as I understand, as of right now, they'll have access to all the new seasonal content as well. The only thing you won't have access to is like the Merchants Guild, if that's your jam. Sorry, the primal stuff is slightly overtuned. It settles down once you have gear to encounter it. It can wreck you and you're not careful but manageable. Alright, cool. Cool. I'm not gonna complain for that game having some content in it that's actually difficult, because by and large I don't find Last Epoch to be an overly challenging game, even as you start delving deeper into the God, what's it called? Like the higher tier mapping stuff. Take the Observer, offline player for life. They made it so you can access your, if you have any, like microtransaction cosmetics offline now too. So if you want to buy things to make your characters look all swifty, you can do that.
You've had days to count. Now it's time we talked about the price.
She turns her attention to Swell, eyes gleaming. Perrin follows her gaze.
We've had some complications. The price has doubled.
Yeah, no, we've already talked about it. Do you know who I'm representing?
I know they've got the cash.
And a long memory, too.
And I've got a fast ship. That's why they hired me.
Wait just a minute. Widla, you never said anything about...
Because then I'd never hear an end to your nattering. So drop it. Everyone else here wants to get paid.
We're not paying our 2,000 coppers. Why'd you raise the price?
You've got enough sense that I don't have to explain it. Let's just say there are other folks who'd be happy to pay my price.
Stuff after the Snake Goddess is a bit more gritty. You actually need to kill things and not just look at them funny. Like and hope. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. See, that makes me excited. I'm gonna have to check it out then. Shit. You won't be in business for long if you treat your contracts this way.
That's the point. I don't want to be in it long. I want to fill my hold with cash or retire early. There's plenty of business for enterprising sorts in Deadfire, and I have arrangements with every major power in the archipelago.
Had, or don't you remember?
I'll remember this when I'm doling out rations tonight if you don't shut your mouth.
Perrin, how much do you trust your captain? He looks between you and Widla. She jumps in before he says anything.
And who are you to be asking? This is my crew, and they listen to me.
But uncertainty lingers in the air like a sour stench. Oh, using our diplomacy. Perrin, she's going to get you all killed. Now's the time to step up. He hesitates, and Widla steps forward furious.
You and your Rawatayan friends don't scare me. We'll come after you even if it's the last.
Take her below.
The others turn and stare at Perrin, whose face is red and glistening with sweat. For a moment, nothing happens, then a pair of deckhands take Widla by the arms.
What do you think you're doing? I'm going to the Consuelo with this. You'll all be stripped of your colors.
The other pirates escort her to the hold. Flay her to make a point. Oh, God. Flay her and then throw her into the salt water. Once the hold is barred shut and Widla's protest muffled and distant, Perrin turns back to you and mops perspiration from his temples.
Listen, I'll honor the original price of 1,000 coppers. Let's just conclude this and be on our way.
I love that we can still attack them, but we're not going to do that. Deal! He counts the money twice. Once he's satisfied, he nods to his crew. I was going to say, if they gave me the opportunity to attack her, I was going to take it as soon as we could, but mutiny works too. The smugglers unload the crates onto your ship. Your new cargo secured, you retract the anchor and let out your sails. So, if I recall correctly, we're also being borne down upon by another boat. Like, somebody's going to attack us here, I think. Yeah, slavers. All right. So we've got this. Now, where did they want us to take this? It's not goods and surfaces. Matter of import. Sayuka. All right, where is Sayuka? Is it down here? No, that's Port Maje. Like here, let me get rid of everything that isn't. Sayuka's to the north. Okay. Oh. Oh. I was gonna say, oh, they're not hostile after all. No. No, leave me alone. As your crew haul the smugglers' crates below decks, one of them shouts in alarm. Uh-oh. Irina finds you in your cabin. Captain, come quick. Someone's just popped out of one of the crates we picked up. Oh, before you object, Irina leads you above deck. So are we shipping slaves? What is this? A plump, middle-aged woman stands beside the crates, her clothing rumpled and her hair matted, but her eyes twinkle with triumph.
Larde, 23 days. This is a new record.
Oh God, she smells of stale urine, old sweat, and worse, but she beams at you all the same. Okay, so she's just a stowaway. I take a dim view of stowaways on my ship.
Shoddery, Captain. I did not intend to offend. I simply required an opportunity to test my latest spell.
She scoffs affronted.
I have nearly perfected Renova Miseris, and this spell shall change exploration forever.
What? That sounds so hot. God damn it, Hila.
Renewal of air, you would say. Kith have explored every mountain in the Eastern Reach, yet the realm of fish and leviathans remains close to us. It has been my dream to open these steps to discovery, to let Kith breathe as the fishes do.
A look of wonder shines in her eyes.
Or at least to let us use the air of a single breath again and again.
Okay, so she's trying for like some water breathing magic then. You remain on my ship without my permission. Why shouldn't I heave you overboard?
Casito, please accept my sincerest apologies. You should have been told the whole story, and that you were not is my mistake.
She has difficulty meeting your eyes, but it is shame that challenges her, not treachery.
I regret the imposition on your authority most earnestly, and I promise I will not cause you any more trouble.
Okay, I still don't understand why you had to hide in a crate.
Neither do I.
Okay, but Okaya, she thinks maybe the Dukes will not be so happy to let me go. She
At
shrugs.
least he gave me plenty of time to test my work.
Alright. Why go to Sayuka? Why leave the Valian Republics?
Back home, they care only for profit, and there is little profit to be had in sticking your head in the glass bucket to watch the fish. But the Rawatayans, they have vision. They chase greater things than gold. So I go to work with them.
And what exactly are you to be working on at Sayuka?
Sintere, but I had promised not to say.
She looks sincerely regretful. Alright.
Yes, I have much to do. Many more tests to run before we reach Sayuka. A pleasure talking, Captain.
I'll throw her off the boat. She can test her breathing spell amongst the ocean. Okay, and apparently that slaver ship just kind of disappeared a little bit there. Or at least fell way behind us. Okay. I'm not gonna complain for it, I suppose. I'm curious how long this injured crew member is going to remain injured. Who is our injured crew member? You. 13 days, okay. Broken bone. So we kept her, doesn't sound resolved. I think she's our cargo, so we're gonna be dumping her off here at this town. It could have been worse, yes. Yes, it was not like we're smuggling slaves or something.
Sayuka at last! I must go. Discovery awaits. Agrasima, Captain.
Okay.
I think Ashiza has been nesting with the pages of your grimoire.
Couldn't you control him? You don't see me plucking his feathers for extra quills.
You're free to try, but I'm telling you right now, you'll regret it.
Okay.
Your orders, Captain?
You wanted to talk to me. Let's be off. Swell is not one to ask questions. Alright, so we're in a new town. Market, workshop. Oh, let's come to the market and see if they have anything worth anything. They stay injured forever if you don't put them in one of the resting crews. Oh, that's good to know. That's very good to know. I was wondering about that. Ah, yeah, injured for 10 days. 30% heal rate. Okay, cool. As you approach, the fish vendor flashes you a broad, cheery grin. He beckons you over with a wave of his hand and directs your attention to his latest delivery. What do you have for
All the
sale?
wonders of the sea and more besides.
He directs you to a display selling the day's catch. Is this just food? A luminous lobster. Interesting. Aged shark meat. I don't think we really have much to sell, do we? Yeah. I do, well, my mind is on it. Where is... I want to sell... Let's see. Like we've got kith meat in here. We've got people meats. And I want to get rid of those. But I don't know necessarily where they... I would assume they're buried in here somewhere. But I'm not going to worry that much about it. All right. Well, I was hoping there'd be something worthwhile there. There's really not. Workshop. Let's check out this workshop. In our continued quest to avoid actually doing anything relating to the main story quest. People jerky was already consumed. It wouldn't surprise me. It's this right here. Yeah, there you go. Kith meat. Like, I could feed it to the crew, and we do have a cannibal on board, but... I don't know. I don't know. Only your people have traveled as widely as ours. Here we got a couple people with names.
Cannons. We must oblige her.
We cannot spare the weight. Already the ballast is overtaxed.
Increase the size of the ballast then.
And store it where? Then we must increase the size of the ship.
Take your concerns to the Valian. This mess is her responsibility now.
Okay. Who are you?
Ugh, so much to do, so few hours in the day.
Okay. I saw somebody else in here with a name. Where are they? Hetu.
Stay out of the way.
Alright, so I guess there's really nothing too interesting in here. Can we loot anything worth anything? Some shells. And some solution. Rove has a new hobby. I don't know if Rove would go for cannibalism. He'd probably be too afraid of the God, what's it called? Prions disease or whatever.
You and Isilmir again. I do wish you would stop encouraging her. Real sorry, Aloth. We'll keep it down. You think I care about your childish jokes?
Why do you keep having the bird shit in my backpack? It's like cannibalism if you eat the same species, so Rove is fine for non-elves. That's actually that's an interesting point. It's like, how does that work? Like in this, it just calls it Kith flesh, which the Kith are the humanoid races. You gain a Sigil of Nightmares ward stone. Scoria, Pyrite, Aquamarines. All right, nothing too interesting there. We have a bog. Isn't it fine if you don't eat the whole person? I honestly don't know. Hey, Destructo, good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Oh. We have loot.
Not happening.
Hey now. Only I may summon tentacles.
I shall make it so.
Okay, so we can walk through the water. Yeah, that's... I'm not gonna deal with that right now. Well, something tells me there's probably gonna be bullshit up here. Well, maybe not.
Tread cautiously.
An island with a bog that looks like a butthole. Can we call it... God damn it, Ela.
Sir.
I don't even know. I don't even know anymore. I don't even know. What do we got here? Bog druids. Alright. Oh, my party order is all worked up here for reasons. Alright, let's interrupt this druid spell. None of that. We just aim for tentacles. I guess we'll just aim for tentacles. And we'll have the gunner gun down the druid as best we can here. I don't know what that is, but I don't like it. Alright, we're good.
My blood burns.
We got tentacles, we got AoE heals, we've won. Do we fireball? I feel like we should fireball. Oh, never mind. Fight was finished before we had a chance to fireball. What is this life? I'm like these ward stones. Immunity to Sigil of Pain attacks, noise quiet. Like, what do these even do? You're just immune to Sigil of Pain attacks. Provides protection from any sigil associated with it. Okay. We have bumped into those ward stones a couple times and I usually just break them. Oh, we have a lost cat.
Fall back.
Wix. Oh no. Combat can wait. We have a new cat. Plus 15 max health party-wide. Bonus your max health and your party members regain health when they kill enemies. What's our current cat do? Plus 5% damage from AoEs. No, I think I'm gonna take extra hit points. New cat acquired. This cat is even Ela coded. It's got the same color and everything. Wizard his staff and chants. Party asks him to stop, but they can't. Oh god. Is that a good or a bad omen? We're pretty well fucked. Probably literally and figuratively. A dank spore comes into chat dropping only the dankest memes. We'll fireball it. Because why not? No. You tried, Aloth, you tried.
Of course.
I'm listening. Captain?
This is what happens when we go to areas that are actually level appropriate for us. I don't know how I feel about that. We completely roll everything if it's you know, appropriate for our party, but the stuff that's, you know, like 3 levels higher than us, that's where the challenge is. I don't know. I mean, I suppose that's probably a good way to do things, because then people can get through your game, and it's not like Owlcat games where it's all just hell, but... Oh, here we go. See, this is an enemy that's actually going to be a threat. Okay. A bog lurker. There's only the one, though. What are you doing? I don't like that. What have you done? Cast Insect Swarm. Okay. Alright, we're slowly doing the poop walk through the swamp here. Hit it with wounding. Go ahead and summon our healing. Melee's doing melee things. Let's charge it, see if we can knock it down. No.
Yes?
Gold leaf, no dying. You were forbidden. Better easy parts in constant hell. Exactly. Exactly, Celt, yes. It's nice to feel powerful. It is very, very nice to feel powerful.
Captain, say the word. Speak freely.
So it looks evil with his mask, like his sword should glow. I know! It is not the mask of a good aligned man, although he's a gold pack knight, and gold pack knights aren't necessarily good paladins in this. They're just... they're very mercenary. Okay, so this is where all the tentacles are, which means that not dryad should be over here. All right, this thing's weaker than the not shambling mound we just murdered. You gonna cast a spell? What are you doing? I'm waiting to see what she's going to do. Yeah, she's trying to cast. Okay. I mean, she's murdered. I'd drop healing and stuff, but I don't think we're gonna actually need it. Oh, okay. Everybody pull back. Everybody pull back. I was expecting these things to go away when she died. Okay. That's fine. Actually, Maya, do you have range? Can you... No way. Maya can just gun these things down. Oh, that's funny. Alright, how beefy? Oh, no. No, they're pretty beefy. Oh, how do we want to do this? AC-56 Gobrazu. Yeah, don't... I need to not start raving about fucking Wrath of the Righteous. God, that game was a fucking hot mess. Man, I wish Fireball had more. There's no way we are intended to fight this. We've got people petrified and shit. Yeah, there's no way. We're not gonna fight those things. That's just... There's a bear cub. Unharmed. Oh, Sheez is dead. That's unfortunate. There's also loot over there. There's no way we're intended to fight these things. We're gonna be fighting them for like 30 hours.
Captain?
Alright. Where's your... I know you can reanimate your companion. You can only revive your companion in combat, and your companion is laying over there dead. Unfortunate. Okay, so I think they all just healed. Did you? Yes, okay.
We'll be hitting the water.
That's That's unfortunate. Okay.
Yes? How may I help?
So, what are we supposed to do then?
Hey.
Because, I mean, I want this loot.
I'll take care.
I just go down and grab it.
Careful.
No, you can't loot in combat. There's got to be some gimmick here or something, because these things are pretty dangerous, just due to numbers.
Tell me, no
A
trouble at all.
Loth. Let's try some science here.
Tell me.
Like, I tell him to cast, and he's just like, nah, I'm good. I mean, we can fireball him, but if he's gonna go in and just immediately get mowed down. Yeah, I saw that coming. I don't know what they want from me here. I'm just gonna reload. I don't know. There doesn't really seem to be anything worth anything in this area. We did get that cat. I assume the cat is probably the reward for this. I would like to loot that dryad, but I don't know.
I see the wits.
Still got it.
We can try.
Certainly.
Here, let's have Goldleaf come here, drop her heal. Now that combat is joined, let's have a Loth come in and begin the Fuego. Like, how tough are these guys? Like, yeah, these things have got hit points. That's the thing. These guys aren't just like squishy little plant things. They've got quite an amount of health. And they also deal no joke to your damage.
I shall.
Oh?
So I don't necessarily know, because like, look at all these things.
That looks complicated. Hey, we had some good times.
Clean head.
How may I help?
I mean, we're killing them. Slowly but surely. Here, Goldleaf, pull back for a second and do your beam O healing. Where's it there? There's it there.
Tell me.
Mostly just trying to keep a dare alive here.
Can't get a clean head.
How may I help?
They're like, no.
There's a walloping.
You were saying?
Okay.
Captain,
I mean, we
not
did
a
it.
problem,
That
Captain.
was unnecessarily chunky.
shall make
What do
it
we
so.
get for it? We get a fucking another Sigil Wardstone and some mushrooms. Revive the bird in combat. Yes, already done. Yes, yes, yes. This bear. Oh, we can take the bear cub. Give me that. All right. What do we got? +8 fortitude, and your party receives a bonus to melee damage. I wish it would tell you how much these bonuses were, because melee damage is nice. But at the same time, because like 15 hit points, that's not an insignificant amount of health, I guess. Especially for like a Loth who sucks. Sure. We'll have not Ela follow us around.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm going with the hit points. Oh, interesting. So the hit points only affect Swell. Okay, so Swell gains max health, and the party members regain health on kill. Oh, that changes things. Alright, where are all my pets? What all do we have? Like, in that case, because we've got attacks interrupt with melee weapons, bonus slashing damage. +5 defense against ground attacks. But then it doesn't tell us what its party effect is, which is fucking great. Oh no, here we go. Party members have misses with their ranged weapons caused to change into grazes. Party's more effective with healing spells. Leaning towards getting the pig back. Gain health when you kill enemies. Bonus size of their AoEs for the party. Health when you kill enemies. Melee damage. Oh, I think I'm gonna take the pig. We're going back to the pig for the extra healing.
Yes, indeed.
If that 15 hit points were party wide, that would be nice, but no. Swell is a thick lad. Yeah, no, I like that the pets do stuff as well. I wish you could have them on more than just one character. But you can't win them all, I suppose. There might be, I wonder, I'm gonna have to check and see if there is. Can we look at like our skill trees? Probably only when you level. No, I don't really care about our reputation. The reason being is I was curious if like maybe it's a higher level skill that lets you have pets. You have a pack of bacon running around and that was one of my favorite things in God, which Monster Hunter was the early Monster Hunter games. There's this pig, and you can pet it in town. And in I think it was Monster Hunter Worlds, you could like run around with the thing and stuff and name it. And I named mine Emergency Bacon. Should be happy Chunk is not the leader. Yeah, Chunk would 100% convert that pig into delicious rations. In Ultima Online, you name your horse Decoy. Oh my god. That's pretty great. I like that. That's good. That's good. So are we just heading back now? No, we have to talk to the Fleet Master. Okay. Alright, so we're not actually done here. I'm glad I looked in my journal. I was just going to head back to whatever that's in Nekataka. Are you the Fleet Master? No. Are you the Fleet Master?
You are welcome in Sayuka, traveler. As surely as the winds stir the sea.
The young Wana woman gives you a sunny smile that shows every one of her pointed teeth.
No, no, no. How many times must I demonstrate the proper way to greet a visitor?
The Undersecretary makes emphatic chopping motions with his hand, a snarl curling his thin lips.
I say, I must have forgotten again. Will you remind me of the line, Undersecretary?
We say clear skies, traveler. Simple, elegant, and no smiling. Do you understand, Greeter Tebe?
Can you repeat it once more? I want to make sure I've got it.
Bay turns wide, innocent eyes to the Undersecretary. He opens his mouth to speak, but his expression immediately clouds. He shoots a scowl at Tebe and elects instead not to dignify her joke at his expense.
Questions, traveler?
I like this woman already. What can you tell me about Sayuka?
Sayuka, known to my people as Rubiri, is a colonial outpost of the Royal Deadfar Company.
She makes no effort to hide the boredom in her voice.
The island of Sayuka is the Royal Deadfire Company's center of engineering research and development in the archipelago. Our work is directed by Fleet Master Okaya, the youngest Rawatayan ever to hold the title. Best of her class at the Naval Academy in Tokoa, and a brilliant engineer, our Fleet Master.
Pride warms his voice.
You forgot to mention the giant sharks, Undersecretary.
Wait, giant sharks?
Giant sharks, giant coral, giant trees, Akira. The only thing not bigger in Sayuka is us Juana.
She chuckles.
Small mercy.
He mutters.
No one knows why things grow large in Sayuka, but there are all sorts of theories. Me? I think Galawain smiles on us.
Tebey's cheeks glow with a faint blush, the first authentic emotion you've seen cross her face.
Superstition is unbecoming of a Royal Deadfire Company officer, Tebey.
Flood engineering, the place has like 3 houses and a fish merchant. It's the biggest fish merchant this side of Nekataka.
I say, it's a lucky thing I'm not one then.
Why are you dressed like a Royal Deadfire Company soldier, Tebey?
Akira, I wonder the same every day.
She tugs at the neck of her uniform and rolls her dark eyes at the undersecretary when she thinks he's not looking.
Tebey learns to perform her duties as a Rawatayan might.
The undersecretary straightens his back and squares his shoulders.
Her fellow Juana show a lamentable disinterest in the proper way of doing things.
He nods curtly in Tebey's direction.
Do not speak about me as if I am not here.
And what is an undersecretary exactly?
A career sandal sniffer and busybody, so far as I can tell.
A sandal sniffer, huh? We found Hila in the universe.
You ungrateful sag! I am the second in command to Fleet Master Okaya, the governor of your piddling little island, and I will not be mocked by a smart-mouthed idler like you!
Ooh, the undersecretary's jowls quiver with barely contained rage.
So I have heard many, many times.
Is it just me, or is this guy terrible?
You don't know the half of it.
An impish smile plays at the corner of her mouth.
What was that, Greeter Tebey?
Surely just the breeze, Undersecretary.
Her smile grows into a mocking grin.
You will call me Sir.
Akira, I certainly will not.
Alright, and we leave. Okay. Undersecretary wants to be under the sea. Yeah, that's how you end up, like, you know, with a brick or 5 lashed around your legs at the bottom of the harbor. You know, like you do. Alright, Fleet Master Okaya stares with unwavering intensity at the small sea of paper strewn across her desk. She holds a pencil lightly in one hand and absently taps the tip of it against her lips. After a moment, a low hum escapes her throat. The sound ends with a harsh scoff, and she flicks her eyes to meet yours.
Artillery trajectory calculations. Terribly tedious and lamentably imprecise in a storm.
As she chews on the end of her pencil, her gaze grows distant like she's watching something behind you.
But the numbers distract me. Where are my manners? You must be the watcher the Hazanui sent. You found me with a rare spare moment.
Hazanui Karu asked me to deliver some cargo to you.
I've received a report from the dockmaster stating as much. The Royal Deadfire Company appreciates your swift delivery of our cargo.
A cheery smile brightens her otherwise serious features. Your smuggler tried to extort me.
That's unfortunate. Though not entirely unexpected.
She unlocks a drawer in her desk and takes out a large coin purse. Silently, she slides it across the desktop to you, 800 coppers. So if we had paid the 2,000, we'd be only down 200.
I've received a report from the dockmaster stating as much. The Royal Deadfire Company appreciates your swift delivery of our cargo.
The Hazanui didn't say I'd be ferrying human cargo.
Why would she? You're a courier.
She stares at you in genuine bewilderment.
In any event...
She taps the pencil against the edge of her desk.
The Hazanui's missive suggested you might be able to help us with an issue at port.
Go on.
You may have noticed the outsized coral in the harbor.
She gestures to the docks beyond the office door. We nod.
There's something unnatural about the coral's growth. About everything on this island. And no matter how we trim it back, it only grows larger. My engineers deduced that the origin of this disturbance is somewhere off the coast of Sayuka, and I'd like you to investigate. Talk to Avera in the workshop if you care to learn more. I would be grateful for your help here, Watcher.
Okay. We've been dragged into something new here, which, as our stated goal is to completely avoid the main story quest, this is a good thing. Alright, talk to Avera, but first... Oh yeah, there is some coral here. I didn't even notice that when we came in. Interesting. Oh, stray cat. Yoink! Bernard, +1 intellect, and a bonus to ranged weapon damage. We're just like an inventory of cats. I don't know.